Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
Trump lit.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Damn, baby. What's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. This is the Road to 5. 10K subs. 10K subs if you are new to the channel. First things first, man. I want to talk about this Drake song, this new Iceman rollout. First things first, obviously this would be better with the fella. Just I'm not with the fellas tonight, as you see. I'm solo dolo. Man, so much to unpack. First things first, or second things second, because I already said first things first. Second things second, I really appreciated the effort into this rollout for Iceman. Just starting off, first thought that came to mind, and I'm surprised I seen nobody say this. It was Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, because the live stream, it just kept cutting to like different scenes of a warehouse, empty, and then eventually Drake would just walk through the different rooms of the warehouse, said warehouse, not say anything, not really look at the camera, but just walk in the room, look at something, check it out, and then keep walking. It was very Childish Gambino-ish, very artistic, without any explanation, kind of weird acting like Donald Glover, but nothing. Nobody said that, and I was like, why is no one saying that? And then like when he started performing the song and going in and out between music video and live stream, kind of intertwining the two worlds, it reminded me of Guava Island, the musical with Rihanna, where it was just Childish Gambino performing a bunch of unreleased songs, and This Is America, and the summer pack songs too, the summer 2-pack of songs as well. So it was the whole thing to me. I was just like, isn't this like Donald Glover? And then like he would play songs, and when he was driving the truck, the CD, the big truck, and I was like, this is like Gilga Radio from Gambino. So nobody else called that out. We'll talk about Gambino later as well. But yeah, that was my first thing. And then I seen someone was like, Tyler, the Creator, up the rollout game for everybody. And I was like, why does no one talk about Childish Gambino with this stuff? Like, he's clearly taken from him. They've been doing it since at least 2013, 2014, when they took the Trophies beat that Gambino passed on from who was that? Hit Boy? I think it was either Hit Boy or Boy Wonder. The Hanging Records on My Demo. That was 3000 Vibe by Gambino and them. But they passed on it and gave it, and Drake ended up taking it and making it a hit. But even after that, Gambino did the Because the Deep Web tour for Because the Internet tour in 2014, right after, and then in that he became the first rapper to do the app where the fans could go on the app and then they vote like, how are you feeling, and then they'll show the real time results on the screen behind them during the show. He was the first rapper to do that, and then Drake and Lil Wayne did it on their tour. Drake versus Lil Wayne later that same year, 2014. It's been a thing. They've been going back and forth since 2011-ish, publicly, and I don't know. I think this is like the latest case of that. However, he kind of intertwined those worlds with the hanging around live streamers and doing the live stream thing. I thought that was cool. And then I was like, isn't Drake like kind of too famous to be, I think he found out the power of stream sniping pretty quick. By the end of it, they were crowding the truck to the point where he couldn't even like really move and drive and things of that sort. Anyways, my first impressions of this song, what did I miss? I liked it. That was my first impressions of it. I see a lot of people like don't like it. But I liked it. I liked the song. I thought it was some good rapping. Am I tired about Drake rapping about, kind of his reaction to the beef and how he trusts nobody and everything? I think it became pretty apparent when he played the second song. I think it was Supermax was the second song he played in the truck. It was like apparent of the direction that Iceman was going. Okay, Iceman is pretty much essentially, I got this ice box where my heart used to be, because everybody hurt his feelings for dancing to GNX and Not Like Us for a year that he thought he was friends with. Another thing, why is it Kendrick and Kendrick fans don't have a problem when you play Nokia or a Drake song in public anymore. But it's still a year after the back and forth songs. It's still an issue if you played any song off of GNX and danced to it, or played Not Like Us in public and danced to it, and someone who was friends with Drake was in the same building. They gotta go, oh no, sorry, we're not playing that. We're not playing that. No squabble up in here. No, not on my watch. I don't understand that, because at the end of the day, if a song is good, a song is good. And Nokia, it gives you that feeling of skating rink music, old school bounce, Atlanta, 90s Freaknik almost. It just makes you like you want to dance to it. It's a good song at the end of the day. So folks can dance to that and still like Kendrick. Imagine that. What a concept. Perhaps because music is just music and fans are just fans, regardless if you know the person or not. Especially like something off of GNX, which don't even have just direct disses to Drake. Peekaboo doesn't have a direct diss to Drake. TV Off doesn't have a direct diss to Drake. There might be something that you can infer. It's like, oh, he's talking about Drake here, about slapping him and how he won't slap him and he's acting tough on IG Live, but like it's not a direct diss like Not Like Us is. Not Like Us, I can kind of understand, because he says, say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. And then he says A minor, and then he has an entire verse breaking down about Drake being a colonizer and not being of the culture. But back to this song, what did I miss? So I liked it, right? And I really liked it the first time I heard it on the stream, because it went from like music video to Drake back in the warehouse, and then he said two-tone rollie or something like that, and then he threw up his wrist and he did the Shador to the camera, and it looked really cool. I was like, man, this is really cool. Like, it sounds cool. He's rapping. Like, salute to Drake. Yeah, it's what we wanted, man. I didn't want no, dance hall island. I didn't want no passion fruit Drake. I wanted some rapping Drake. Just because I felt like he needed to have just a rapping moment to get it all out. When Joe Budden went on Joe Budden podcast and roasted for all the dogs and said, dog, you 37, 36 years old, rapping about sleeping and partying with these 18-year-olds. Drake went straight to the studio and recorded Scary Hours 3. And it was like the best thing that has happened to Drake in the past since God's Plan, bro, of his career, dog. And people don't really even talk about that era and that project, that EP of Scary Hours 3, where he's just rapping, just backpack rapping. He uses an Overcast beat, Alchemist beat, J. Cole beat. Like, it's just like hard hip hop. I loved it, bro, and that's one of the reasons why I was tough on Drake before the beef, but before the back and forth tracks, is because it was like, this dude can rap. So why is he doing this like cheap pop? You know what I'm saying? Repetitive stuff that's just like, surface level McDonald's food, when he can be giving us the salad. He can be giving us the healthy, hearty, organic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It sounded like Drake was rapping on this. So I liked it. I rock with it. So, I was getting together the show and everything like that, getting together live stream topics. And I was like, all right, let me take a nap, because even though I have all my topics, I know I'm going to be pretty low energy on the stream if I did it right now. So I took a nap. I woke up and I revisited the song after I woke up, and it hit me. I said, isn't this just a song that he released for the that they used on the NBA playoffs as a theme song? I'm making the change today. So I'm pulling up the song. I'm doing this for the first time live on stream. I'm gonna play 5 seconds or less than 5 seconds of What Did I Miss, starting from 22 seconds in. And then here we go.
What did I miss?
So that's 5 seconds of What Did I Miss from 22 seconds in. Here's 22 seconds of What's Next. This song was released in 2021. Okay, we're going to play same spot of the song. It's my first time listening to the same exact spot.
With you, I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is a road that I've grown into.
It doesn't sound the exact same, but the horns and everything like that sound pretty similar. Everything like that. SSB. Oh, what's up, SSB? I didn't expect you to be up this late. What's happening, SSB? SSB in the building. He said. I heard the song before. The I'm running on. Like it's the same song, right? It's like the same horns, same type of flow. He kind of went like Safe Drake. He went like, okay, I know I got a hit. This is a way that I get a hit. It's kind of like the trophies with the horns. It sounds like arena music. I remember when Jack Harlow, he was talking about the Lil Nas X song he did. I told you long ago on the road, and they asked him about it, and he said, what did he say? He said, yeah, Lil Nas X taught me or showed me he's making arena music, and I was like, oh, I get it. This is arena music. And he just connected 2 and 2 before, everything like that. Like the sound just sounds big with a bunch of horns and trumpets. It sounds like pretty similar to the other song. I don't think this will hit like that unless you get a media push. Similar songs don't hit as much. It's like the sequel. I don't know, man. Like I said, my initial reaction was I like this. Drake's rapping, and the horns sound good, and then the hook is repetitive. The what did I miss? Dun, 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 dun. What did I miss? Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know. I think this sounds like a radio song and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not like a Nokia where it's universally just like a feel-good dance song and everything. SSV said, pull it up. Hold on. What did I miss? Drake lyrics. Do right and kill everything. I don't give a F if you love me. I don't give a F if you like me. Asking me, how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you N-words was standing right beside me. How can some people that I love hang around kittens who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around the 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And he was actually whipping around the 6 on the live stream at the time. You N-words just better not ask for no favors. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I got this ice box where my heart used to be. I got this ice box where my heart used to be. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm the Iceman. I'm so cold. It's love for my brothers and death to a traitor. Let's go. Once again, people are like, is he dissing LeBron James once again? She might decide to say no for me now, but yes to me later. Let's go. Huh? Say Drake. It sounds kind of weird. Better never go to. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I'm glad you had me pull up these lyrics, man. Yeah, this is NBA Tuesday night music in a small market city. Her behind is all natty like a Florida Gator. Let's go. It's all natty. Dolce. Yeah, this got 3 thumbs down. That's funny. I don't understand this. All natty? How can a hiney be all natty? You switched up on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for N-words is to be determined. I look at this stuff like BTC. Crypto. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. Crypto bar. I don't give a F if you love me. I don't give a F if you like me. Asking how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you dudes was standing right beside me. How can some people I love hang around kittens who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Yeah. Dudes get punched in the face on some TLC stuff. On the dead, guys, because TLC stuff, my N-word, you going to need a chili ice pack on your left eye. Get it? Because TLC had a girl named Chili, but they also had a girl named Left Eye. Rest in peace, Lisa Lopez. I'm back in your city walking around with my head high. I saw a bro went to pop out with them, but been riding since headlines. It feels like nobody's there until you start giving them two tones, and nobody cares until they in the front of your tombstone. Y'all been on that type of timing for far too long. Iceman, Tiffany Bluestones. I done made plenty-ish out of right of two wrongs. Ish, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all? Make sure wires were hit, man. What did I miss? When you was all in my crib looking at woman. So this could be about DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, word for word at all of the shows. You always felt this like this, man. What did I miss? So there's that. All right. Okay, the lyrics are decent. But yeah. The I like the TLC bar. The TLC bar was actually good. And the BTC. The BTC mixed with the TBD and a TVC or CBD, whatever it was. I like that bar as well. So you had a couple bars. I don't understand this natty bar. It's all natty like a Florida Gator. Let's go. Like I get it. Okay, Florida just won the national championship. But what does it mean? Like all natural. Dang. I like, okay. That's a bar. All natural. So like I said, Drake is rapping on this. I like the fact that he's rapping on it and stuff like that because the dude can rap. The reason why I get annoyed with Drake is because he doesn't use his abilities to rap. That's all I wanted to say. It'll be interesting to see the rest of it. I think he got a lot of this inspiration from Childish Gambino. People will give the credit to other rappers, like how I've seen people give the credit to Tyler the Creator, but give Donald his credit as well. Okay, I wanted to say this very briefly. It was just a note that I had just watching stuff. So Lil Tony is making this push to change like his name to Key. He's from Atlanta. And you know, Key is hold on, man. Key is already an Atlanta legend. Like he's already an Atlanta legend, bro. Oh, snap. Underground Chance got a camera now. Okay. Underground Chance got a camera now, everything like that. Here it is right here. So he's got this song with Warhols, right? Shout out to Warhols. And you know, I was just looking at the whole time he like making wordplay on Key and his name being Key. He said, yeah, they know not to try Key ski, his big Key. I'm getting this Key in Atlanta. They know I'm gonna do this and that. And I'm like, bro, you cannot change your name to Key, bro. It could be, you can change your name to T Key if that's what you want your name to be. It cannot be Key in Atlanta, bro. You have to respect Key. Key is, like I said, the underground GOAT in the city of Atlanta when it comes to rap music, because of course the underground GOAT when it comes to just general Atlanta is Lou Williams as a basketball player. But in the world of music and hip hop, the underground GOAT is Key, Fat Man Key, Key 77, Key 777. That's the underground GOAT in Atlanta. Atlanta legend, Atlanta icon. Everything in the Atlanta underground runs through Key and ultimately goes through the mainstream of Hollywood and things of that sort. So shouts out to Key, Fat Man Key. What's up? Hey, what's up with that? What's up? Hey. So Emotional's coming out. So Emotional 2's coming out next week. Hype on Key. very high on key. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give him his props, his flowers. That's why I was so pressed to like interview him that one time. You know what I'm saying? And make that like video and reel out of nothing, except for like a 15-second answer. I made a whole 3-minute thing on it because he needed to hear and see that while he was here from multiple people of all different backgrounds. Because people might not know, you know, sometimes people get sad, sometimes people don't know, bro. But like, I want people to know. And speaking of, shout out to Rory as always, bro. Rory released his Bonfire song, that the music video just before it came out earlier today. I was out and about. I just reminded myself of it in real time right there. So Rory, you're also a legend. I appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Rappers need better names. Newer rappers have to be more creative. I like Lil Tony, bro. I like Lil Tony. I like Lil Tony official. Nobody else has it. I haven't heard anybody else with the name Lil Tony. I don't know why he wants to go to Key when there's already a Key, especially in Atlanta. And it's funny because it's not like he didn't know. Lil Tony knew because he was on Bootleg Kev. And he said, I want to change my name to Key. And Bootleg Kev, his LA West Coast self says, isn't there already a rapper from Atlanta named Key? And he said, I don't know. You know, Lil Tony like 20. He said, I don't know. And he's telling him, yeah. And how I know that Lil Tony like genuinely didn't know? Because when I interviewed Lil Tony a couple years ago, he didn't know who Vince Staples was, and they both went to Westlake. So, but yeah, we need more creativity. I agree with that, SSB. But he could have just stayed with Lil Tony, or if you wanted to switch it to some form of Key, go to T Key, because that's your nickname, T Key. You can go to T Key. Don't go to Key. There's already a Key in the city of Atlanta. I don't know. I'm saying the same thing over and over, but I just wanted to make sure like I give Key that type of respect and stuff like that. All right, let's get into it, man. Sports. Let's get sports. We got Elle Duncan versus Kirk Herbstreit. What in the world? We have college football drama, college football beef already, and it's the beginning of July. I was about to say it's not even July. It is July. Elle Duncan. I didn't have this on my bingo card for today, but my fandom doesn't impact in any way what or how we talk about teams on the air ever. I just bark, also whispers. I'm not the only one. So why get singled out? Kirk Herbstreit is not a fan of on-air fandom, quote unquote. I think it hurts your credibility. Now you know I'm gonna get to it. You know I'm gonna get to it. Hey, you know I don't play about Auntie Elle Duncan, my journalism auntie, the one who put me on. I mean, one of the ones that put me on. Shout out to my mentor Terrence Marr. Got to show that respect. Atlanta. But Auntie Elle, the first one to put me on national radio, the one that put me on ESPN radio. Auntie Elle, the one who introduced me to executives and come on, man. The one who you can call me anytime, Rashad. Auntie Elle, don't do that. Auntie Elle, going back to dang 7th grade, came to my school speaking everything like that. We're not doing that about Auntie Elle. I'm not going. So, Kirk, best believe I'm going to get on your head after I read this story, regardless of what I read in this story. I'm putting my bias out there as well. All right. Also announcing, Kirk Herbstreit, not a fan of on-air fandom. I think it hurts your credibility. You watch SportsCenter, and Elle Duncan is just sitting there cheering for Georgia. Oh, my gosh. Sam Newman on the 4th of July on 2025. For all his faults, Kirk Herbstreit still has his objectivity. You may disagree, especially if you remember his emotional reaction in the booth after Ohio State steamrolled its way to another national title, but there was way more to that moment than fandom. Herbstreit was dealing with the loss of his dog and his wife's breast cancer diagnosis, and a rare slip of emotion from someone who otherwise keeps his personal ties out of the booth. Herbstreit has praised Ryan Day for weathering the storm of criticism, and make no mistake, he's an Ohio State lifer. But he called out Buckeye fans over and over again. Some other fan bases might not see him as neutral, but Herbstreit's biggest fear is sitting in a booth with Chris Fowles for Ohio State-Alabama game and having people think he's rooting. He flat out rejects the idea of objectivity and broadcasting is dead. Sure, if you're someone like Bill Simmons, Stephen A. Smith, or Pat McAfee, he'll give you a little more room, but he because the shtick is a part of the brand. So how's it cool for them, but not cool for Elle Duncan? What's the okay? Even McAfee hams it up for West Virginia on College Game Day, but Herbstreit, he says he'll never do that with Ohio State. That's why Ohio State fans probably don't care for me. He told John Christ on the Net Positive podcast. It might be a bit different if you're in the studio, but if you're calling games and let's say you're an Alabama fan, when is Elle Duncan calling games on ESPN? She's in the studio. It might be different if you're in the studio. She's in the studio. So what's the difference? Man, come on, bro. Like, don't piss me off today, bro. Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry for saying pissed on stream, bro. But don't piss me off, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, honestly, what are we doing right now, man? It might be different if you're in the studio, but if you're calling games, and let's say you're an Alabama fan, and I'm calling then Ohio State Alabama game, how the heck can you take me seriously if I'm saying we almost caught? I would never do that. I don't think you can just cheer when you do games on a national level. I agree with that. If it's a national broadcast, because it's supposed to be neutral. It's not a local broadcast. I don't even like the local broadcast when they say, Neek, what do we have to do for the Hawks to get like, I don't like when like local networks force you to do that. I don't like it. However, what is you talking about right here, bro? You watch Sports Center and Elle Duncan is sitting here cheering for Georgia. Herbstreit continued. Herbstreit continued. She's openly cheering. I'm not a fan of that personally. I think it hurts your credibility. When that team is playing other teams, fans look at you like dismissive hand gesture. That's different. Elle Duncan said on 5 p.m. Sports Center that Ronald Acuna Jr. will be announcing at 6 p.m. to share some news. My guess is that he's announcing he's participating in a home run derby, being that it's in the ATL. But it's not all that different from how Mike Tirico sees it either. A former diehard Mets fan, the Sunday Night Football voice walked away from his public fandom years ago, not because anyone asked him to, but because he felt like his credibility mattered more. Herbstreit feels the same. He's cut from the same cloth. Now, I need to tell you guys something. I grew up a diehard, just Atlanta sports fan, all the way around Atlanta sports, Atlanta. I stepped away from it when I started journalism, everything like that. I have since kind of walked a little closer to like fandom with the Falcons because I don't really deal with them too much. Granted, with my job, it's kind of the same division and stuff like that, so it gets tricky. But still, I feel like I'm pretty fair in my reporting. And a lot of people wouldn't even realize that I'm from Atlanta when they see my reporting and stuff like that for my day job within the division. And how I know, because I haven't received any emails or like comments complaining about it, and neither has the staff. And when I get that, that's when I know, okay, I'm tweaking. Like, I got to check myself. But like with the Hawks, I feel like I'm pretty fair and objective. I know a lot of people they say like I tweak out with reporting about not reporting but like my perspectives on Zachary Ricochet and Trae Young. I don't think I think Trae Young's just extremely devalued. I felt the same way when I moved here and I started watching Zion in person. I was like, oh, this dude is like people have it all the way wrong on a national level, but I'm seeing it up close and personal. I have no ties to Zion, have no ties to the Pelicans. Was never a Hornets fan growing up or a New Orleans basketball fan. I'm just watching this and I'm calling a spade a spade. I think the national guys and the people who don't watch this team on a day-to-day basis have it wrong. And I felt the same way watching Trae Young on a consistent basis, covering the Hawks and things of that sort. Anyways, you don't have to like him. Plenty don't. But he's not trying to be like. His approach isn't for everyone, but it's rooted in the belief that objectivity still matters in the broadcast booth. Elle Duncan, once again, isn't broadcasting games. So what is the complaint here? And at a time where more on-air personalities are embracing open fandom, Herbstreit continues to take what he feels is a different path. Okay, all right. I finished the story. It's time to get on Kirk Herbstreit right now real quick. I don't want anybody. Rest in peace to Ben. Rest in peace to his late dog. Rest in peace to Ben. God bless him. All dogs go to heaven. I don't want anybody who's brought on their pets live on the air, in studio, on set, on live television for the past decade to the point where we've normalized it, complaining about some professionalism. It don't make no sense. You complaining about someone else's professionalism in the newsroom around the company and journalism and sports journalism, and you bringing your dog on set and your dog in your lap licking your face as you trying to announce your picks for the week every single week. Not once. If it was once, if it was like bring your pet to work day, right? I get it. If you guys did that once a season, that's cool. That's cute. People got their kittens. They got their little fishies in a bowl. You got a snake around your neck and stuff like that on an extreme level. That's not the case. You just bring your dog and you make it acceptable. Not everybody likes dogs. People are allergic to dogs. You just got your dog walking around people's feet during the live broadcast in between commercial breaks. He's coming on the air on the set, like, and you've been normalizing this for the past decade, and you want to come at someone else and single them out and name them and say, I don't like when they do this or they do this or they do that. Man, come on, bro. Come on with that. Before you call out someone's professionalism, like, see, I get it if you're Isaiah Thomas, right? If you're Isaiah Thomas and you calling out someone's professionalism, this joker, he wears a suit everywhere. Isaiah Thomas wears a suit everywhere. He went to the finals game. He wasn't even working the game. NBA TV wasn't working. He just chilling watching the game. He in a suit on the sideline. He in a suit front court, court side, everything like that. Now, if Isaiah Thomas want to call out somebody professionalism, well, I agree with it. No, not necessarily. Like, if LeBron want to work out pre-game, hours before the game with no shirt on, some Lakers sweats, and a do-rag on, I have no problem. He ain't bothering me. When it comes to game time, he's in NBA attire. And it's not like he's in the layup line with a do-rag on. However, you have to respect it because Isaiah Thomas is always going to show up in a suit. He's always going to show up traditional professional. So I don't want nobody who got their dog in their lap as they trying to do their job on national TV to complain about somebody else's professionalism. It just doesn't add up, buddy. It just doesn't add up. And I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going for, no, I'm not. A lot of people try to call out Auntie Elle, everything like that, because the way she does things, her personality, she sings during broadcasts, she tells mom jokes, you know what I'm saying? Salute to her kids, family, husband, everything like that. Right. She tells mom jokes. She just does broadcasting in a different way as someone from Atlanta. Like, she puts an Atlanta spice on it, which is very different and very eclectic. And people just attack her. And I see them attack her all the time. They attack her takes. She knows her stuff like the back of her hand. She can name the stats off the back of her hand. She's one of the more knowledgeable people I know in the world of sports broadcasting and things of that sort. And people just keep jabbing at her. And you always ask the question, why? And I think it's all pretty obvious. Is an obvious reason. And it's not just the race and a black woman thing. But it's the black woman thing combined with the fact that she adds personality and she does things in a different way. She presents the news in a different way. And that might lean a little more to a black woman because Stuart Scott did the same thing. And after a little bit of resistance in real time, boy, by the time he, God rest Stuart Scott's soul, January 4th, January 3rd, January 5th, January 6th, 2015, after that, oh man, Stuart Scott just a legend. He on the ESPN commercial now talking about some booyah. It's 10 years later. But it's not like that with Elle Duncan. Why not? I think there's a difference between analyst and a TV personality, 100%. He don't want to go at Stephen A. Smith, Bill Simmons, or Pat McAfee because of the clapback, 100%. The problem with media today is it is watered down what each role is. Here's the thing. There's certain people you can bark at and those you can't. That's what Kirk is doing. So he's going at a woman. Oh, that's tough. Tough guy Kirk Herbstreit going at a woman. Easy target. Okay, all right. Was this guy beefing with Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith? Nope. I ain't heard Kirk Herbstreit say nothing towards them, but he say something towards a woman. Very telling. Very telling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, I'm not going for any disrespect of Elle Duncan. Like I said, the woman who first put me on ESPN radio, the woman who Rashad, anything you need, this and that, because I'm from Atlanta. You know, I didn't have that coming up. Rashad, you need this, I got you. We not doing that. She's good people. It's a lot of people in this industry who's not good people. And Kirk, to be honest, I've never met you before, but the public perception on the outside, it ain't looking so hot, my brother. But I know for a fact that Elle Duncan is one of the few good ones in this industry. So I'm not going for no bad talk about her, bro, from other people in the industry, bro, just because she does things in a way that's different from you. See, what I learned from this YouTube thing, and I've been doing this for a while now. I've been doing this, like, seriously, YouTube, since 2020, 2021, right? When I would do the highlight reactions, because that's how it started and, you know, kind of built my first base and stuff like that. I did it in my own way. Like, I mixed in a lot of, like, Atlanta slang. To this day, I'll do, you know, I'll do reports. I'll react to stuff, everything. And in my streams, I use a lot of slang from the South. And I talk, you know, Atlanta slang, everything like that. And it's just the way I talk with my friends. It's the way I talk if I'm off camera. I'm constantly being myself. I can only be myself. I speak like this. I have the slang. I do this. I do that. Ooh, all that stuff, right? And it's a lot of people who didn't come from that background that just comment like, "What the heck is this dude talking about?" And they don't get it, so they criticize it. I'm fine with that because everything isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a very specific upbringing and background. Like, I'm a younger, not too young, you know what I'm saying? I'm 30, but like, I'm a younger side Black man from Atlanta. Like, that's a very specific kind of upbringing. I worked my entire professional career in the South, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Like, my whole career has been in the South. So I'm just a Southern dude, right? But I don't have an accent, but I still use the slang of the South. So people are like, "Oh, just be yourself. You're trying to force it. You're trying to be something that you're not." And it's like, bro, no, this is how I speak. This is how I've always talked. Like, but you don't know me. So it's just a whole frustrating thing. Elle Duncan deals with a lot of the same stuff on ESPN. She presents stuff with the splash of Atlanta flavor, and people not from Atlanta, people who never been to the South, people who aren't in that space of like Black people that swag surf, when the swag surf comes. Like, if you're not from that, then you're just gonna be like, "What the heck is this?" And because of that, people think that they could just poke at her, you know what I'm saying, kind of discredit her intelligence or whatever the case. You know how it is in hip hop, right? In hip hop, for the longest, it took forever for T.I. to get that credibility as a legitimate lyrical rapper, because he was a Southern guy with an accent. And the people in New York was like, "Oh, T.I., he ain't no lyrical." And now T.I. is respected in his rightful place as one of the greatest rappers of all time. And so does Outkast, Andre 3000, and everything like that, and Big Boy. When they had to fight for that respect, the South got something to say. Southerners just have to fight for like basic respect, that they're intelligent. And this is what I'm seeing here with Elle Duncan. Not only is she a Southerner, but she's going against the grain of being a Black woman. People just think they could poke at you and make. We not doing that, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going, bro. And I just realized I got on a Hawk shirt. It's not because it's my fandom and I'm like, "Oh, go Trey, he's Trey." It's not because of that. It's because this is a free T-shirt, and it was the shirt that was laying around covering the games. You get the free T-shirts. That's it at the game. That's it when they give free T-shirts. That's it. It's nothing more, nothing less. But that's all it is, bro. Y'all keep poking at Elle Duncan, and I'm not going for it. I'm gonna speak up every single time. I do not care, bro. Like I said, she's one of the good ones in this industry. This industry has a lot of fake, a lot of evil people, and she's one of the good ones. So when y'all come and poke at her, just because you think she's an easy target as a black woman I'm not going for it, dog. I'm not going. No disrespect being tolerated. Next thing, bro, because I'm saying the same thing over and over. Okay,
As
personal chef Jordan Chaton, what was the last name? Hold on. Atkinson said that she fears for her life and reveals that she wrote a letter to the judge asking for Diddy to be denied bail. All right.
one of the actual minor victims to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him. As someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Fine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice. And I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was contacted by the federal government. They showed up at my door with badges. I refused to speak to them because I was terrified. So I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia. I confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement.
Is she reading?
By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left.
SSB, you gotta chill, SSB. Let's let at least get through the video. But yeah, I was like, dang, it sounded like she just reading a note. Like I was like, this is what's happened to me on Jane. Let me stop. I just went on a whole rant about respecting black women's voices.
And text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th. I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying, and I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also facts. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura Fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say, and I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized. And it's honestly, fuck him.
Is that it? Okay. All right. Cool. It's 4 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So SSB said people got to stop doing serious videos in the bed. It wasn't until the dang, post pandemic where like all the media availabilities for sports and stuff like that were virtual. And it was one time this one reporter, he was like asking Lamar a question, Lamar Jackson, and Lamar in the middle of his answer was like, "Are you in your bed right now?" And ever since then, like every time someone does a video in the bed or like something like that in the bed, it's like I get it. I get when people are like, "It was not serious. It's not this and that. You in the bed, like what is going on?" And also, like you said, she said she was terrified. She doesn't know what to do. This is a miscarriage of justice. She sounded like she turned down the opportunity to speak in the trial when they asked her to be a part of the trial, like to be a witness. And if that was the case, I don't understand what's the point of going to TikTok to speak about it. Maybe just I don't know, for the public opinion, like whenever he gets out, because he's gonna get out. It's just a matter of when. If he gets 5 years, he's been in there for like the past year. So time served, 1/2 years. So he's gonna get out in 2-3 years, right? Kind of like the expected period. If he goes, they give him the max sentence, and okay, now he gonna be in there for a minute. But it's looking like he's just gonna be in there, if at all, for 2-3 years. So when he gets out, I guess this is for the court of public opinion to like, no, he's a bad guy. It wasn't a domestic violence case. It was a case of like, was he pretty much soliciting prostitutes and like having them kind of like a sex trafficking ring? And it seemed like everything that he was convicted of, it said that in different words. He bought prostitutes and he was traveling to prostitutes across state lines and like that, stuff like that, right? Isn't that sex trafficking? Like, I understand there were 2 separate charges of like soliciting prostitutes, flying out prostitutes, traveling prostitutes, or for the intent of having sexual relationship, right? What's the difference between that and sex trafficking? I still don't know. Then Diddy gonna get out and his sons are gonna be cocky about it. Shoot. You already see how they act. Like, I want to take this moment. You bring up his sons. I want to take out this moment to give Raven Tracy her flowers, bro. Not for like anything she said or did, for just for existing, bro. Raven Tracy looks amazing. And I don't know, some people might be, oh, that's an impish comment to make, Rashad. I don't care. Shout out to Raven Tracy, dog. Shout out Bria Miles, that entire kind of era of like Instagram black woman or whatever, stuff like that. Salute to them. Because you seen the video of King Combs in the club. He dancing in the club in DC trying to promote his new song. People not really rocking with it, and he tried to get Raven to dance, and Raven was not gonna dance for the sake of the song and things of that sort. But she looked amazing in the video. All due respect to King Combs. I don't want no smoke with the Combs family. Please. I'm just calling it like I see it. But yeah. That's a whole nother thing. All right, and then it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. Well, I guess it might do right there. It doesn't stop here because you had this guy.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs.
First of all, we have gone from the bed to the daily walk. So SSB, we're making some progress.
Sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be the.
Why was I cursed with this terrible, terrible just condition of being so good with the ladies and
this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who would choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied.
So the way that you chose to attack this to get your justice is to attack women. Ain't this how you ended up?
To get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt.
I got it. Here's how I get women to get on my side. Let me attack them.
It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on the course of revenge should dig.
It's 2 more minutes, SSB, then we're going to go to the
Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more.
Do y'all understand how trials work? Like the people, like the third party people reach out to you. Cassie did not, you know what I'm saying, pursue this trial. Like it was something that the federal government pursued. And they tell the people who got to speak, reach out to you, and you kind of legally obligated to. It's the reason why Kid Cudi took the stand. Like Consequence was like, man, Kid Cudi took the stand for nothing. And it's like, bro, the feds was like, yo, Kid Cudi, you got to be on the stand on Thursday at 12 p.m. I'll see you at the courthouse. If you don't, it's going to be issues. Say less.
The lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura. Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is I was only a male escort for 2 years. I continued in the profession because Cassie and Diddy continued to pay me very well. And I was an ex-con. I needed money. Yes, I was trapped in a situation. I'll admit that. I didn't know what to do. But does that mean I should be victim shamed because the same thing that happened to women all the time happened to me as a man? No. And for those women out there, for you black women who choose to shame me as a black man for telling my truth, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's probably pretty much all I have to say. You will not see me too much in the media. I don't need the public to believe me. I just need a jury of my peers and 12 people to believe me in the court. And thanks to the testimony of Cassie during the trial of Sean Combs, I have that. Thank you for watching. Stop victim shaming. Thank you.
Hey, black woman. Let me tell you about this black woman that attacked me. By the way, I hate all you black women. All you black women are the issue here. Just know that. All right. Bro, lawsuit is crazy. This is nasty, nasty. So wait, folks are getting mad. He's suing and because he's a victim and speaking out. The double standards is crazy. How Cassie talked to the male escort she hired, by the way. I'm gonna unalive you, cut you up into tiny pieces and bury you. This isn't AI. She needs to be held accountable. They're taking his side. The comments taking his side. If it's not obvious, Cassie was nearly as bad as Diddy to you after this trial. I don't know what you've been paying attention to. Cassie needs to go to jail. It's clear as day that she was the mastermind behind all the freaks all along. My understanding from everything I've seen was that Diddy was like, he used Cassie essentially to be his manager. It's like a rooming house, right? So you own a rooming house, you get some cash flow in, and then you hire a manager to collect the rent. You hire a manager to take care of the day-to-day. Every call that the tenant has issue with, hey, we got a plumbing issue. Who do they call? Who do they let know? The manager. The manager is in charge of getting the person to fix the stuff, and that's what a manager does. It sounds like Diddy was using his girlfriend to be the manager. So she was pretty much operating through his orders. That's how I interpreted it. Maybe people don't see that, like kind of what it was. I don't think the guy's a liar, but the way these people on the videos are going about it is the wrong way. Man, that dude can go somewhere with that BS. Ex-cons always turn to this type of stuff. Even YouTubers try it. Yeah, it's just like, I feel like he said, I don't need your approval. I don't need your validation. You went on TikTok with it, bro. If you went on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere on social media and posted your thing and say, this is my truth, you want people to believe your truth. If you didn't, then you wouldn't post it, period. Right? Like you just keep it to yourself, go through about the legal way and kind of keep it at that, whatever the case says, the case says. But you did go publicly. You did seek for validation and for belief in your argument and your story. And you bash black women by the way of it. I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think you should be like, y'all stupid people don't get it. Y'all just don't know because y'all stupid. I don't think that's the way to get the public on your side, me personally. Case incoming. Casey's worker, the Punisher, agrees with the verdict after Diddy wasn't charged with trafficking and the RICO. I want to see this, but I got tagged for last night's live. That's a fun fact after I reacted to something else on somebody else's stuff. So I'm cool off just reacting to like professional stuff. And that's Team Z. You get paid for your services for the actions you provided. And that's the name of the game, baby. You don't get no extra money. For everyone who's getting mad, if you follow the trial, you will know that she herself self-multiplied and would text and call Diddy first, asking for freak off or setting them up. Diddy's son, King Combs, reacts to it. The way that Wendy reacted when Diddy said he met her son backstage. I found the video of the Diddy meme. Okay, now it's just a bunch of Twitter engagement slob. Males are victims too, but you spoke up so late. I personally think that pretty females are usually some of the nasties. Oh, he's a hurt man. Pandora's box just gets bigger. Like y'all ever seen like a happy dude in a relationship, and like the first comment is like, man, she's gonna really break his heart. It's like, dang, that's your first reaction, bro. Like, that's your first reaction. He tried to leave a paper trail and failed. I don't know. I just think it's people just be hurt, bro. Get your money, King. Get your money. Get your money. Dude, you should have said something. We all were tired of the Diddy lawsuits now. Me Too took a loss, brother. You are part of the Me Too movement. This stuff is cap AF. Dude out here lying on his joint, saying he got a disease or something for some money. For sure. The Diddy revenge tour starts. All right, yeah. What is the social media? Okay. Next thing, bro. I've seen enough. This is graphic. Just a warning. This is graphic right here. It's a Mello Buckzz survivor tragedy. She's speaking.
My shit fucked up.
All right, yeah. This is tough. I don't even know if I could. I might have to like scroll down. I'm gonna scroll down or something. Oops. Jesse Bates. Shout out Jesse Bates. Oh, he was named in the top 100. I'm gonna scroll down and see if it'll still go, because I can't look at it, bro. I can't look at it. I'm gonna scroll up something. Zoom in something. I can't look at it, bro.
I do look ugly. What the fuck? The bullet went in right there, and it came out. And I got a bullet in my fucking neck. And that shit knocked all my teeth out. The bullet.
Yeah, Big Nate. This is from the Mello Buckzz album release party in Chicago.
Knocked all my fucking teeth out, bro. Like the sparks, the heat from the fire, that shit burned my tongue and everything. Like, I don't wish this shit on nobody. I'm happy to be alive. I ain't gonna let you go. I don't wish this shit on my worst enemy.
How much longer is the video?
I got shot twice. I got shot in my neck, and I got shot right here.
I'm scrolling down. See that oh, that's it. God bless the baby. Prayers up. That's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. That's terrible, bro. Terrible. Pray for all the victims. Pray for all the victims' families, and pray for Mello Buckzz. Mello Buckzz, excuse me. Who's got to deal with this? Last couple things, man. Before this isn't even in the title, but I saw it, so I want to talk about it real quick, and then we're gonna get back to it. 27-year-old is about to play some college basketball, bro. 27-year-old, he worked as a tattoo artist, and now he'll play college basketball at the age of 27. 27-year-old who's never played organized basketball is about to play in the NCAA next season. Jamal Tall Gibson always had the physical tools to play basketball at an elite level. Unfortunately, he failed high school. Gibson had to drop out of high school early due to provide for his child. Out of all the odd jobs he tried, the job he found the most success was working as a tattoo artist. Gibson still played basketball on the side, mostly in rec leagues and LA fitness runs. That all changed when one of the leagues he played in had a Sonos assistant coach. Gibson got a tryout and earned a spot on the team. He finished his freshman season averaging 21 points and 15 rebounds per game. Next season, he got better and raised his averages to 23 points and 60 rebounds per game. In those 2 seasons, Gibson was named the HBCU Athletic Conference Player of the Year and went on a historic streak of 40 consecutive double-doubles. When he entered the transfer portal this year at 27, he even got multiple offers from D1 schools: Ole Miss, Howard, North Alabama, University of New Orleans, and Youngstown State. In the end, he chose to stay close to home, and he committed to UNO. His shout out to Master P. Say, nah. His path to the NCAA might not have been a straight line, but he's here now and he's ready to defy what most deemed was seen nearly as impossible a decade ago. Let me look this up because I don't know. It kind of sounds like it don't even sound real. Jamal Gibson. Nah, this for real, bro. It's for real, bro. It's a real D. Nah, he really hooping, bro. But he ain't average no what they say he was averaging 23, all that. He wasn't averaging that. Do they have his stats, like his freshman stats? Oh, he was averaging 14. He was averaging 20 and 14, bro. He was averaging 20 and 14. But he wasn't averaging what they say he averaged last year. 23 and 16. Nah, he didn't average that. But everything else, he said, oh, Miss Howard, yeah, bro. It can't be D1. Sounds like D2 or D3. It's got to be D3. Wait a minute. I'm seeing those schools, right? Yeah, 100%. Wait, those schools exactly. Oh, my Lord. This can't be real. See, what is his school ranked? UNO ain't ranked, but Ole Miss is definitely in the thing of being ranked for sure. Is he a walk-on? No, I think he's a scholarship athlete, bro. I think he's a scholarship athlete. But my thing was, he can't be a walk-on because he was in the transfer portal. You can't be in the transfer portal as a walk-on. You got to have a scholarship to be in the transfer portal. My thing with this is, I had a point, but I forgot it. It escaped me. Nah, this kid he's a real guy. He's really 20. Oh, this is crazy, bro. Bro. But why is his stats 21 and 16 on the official website, on the school's website? But on ESPN, it's just 14, and I guess ESPN just got it wrong, huh? Nah, this man was really averaging. See, this is the thing I have a problem with, bro. This is the thing I have a problem with. It's we were talking. It was a big deal when I did the Simone Biles video with the Leah Thomas situation or whatever the case was, with the transgender swimmer from 2 years ago, and they talk about how like transgenders and women's sports, trans women and women's sports is like unfair and things of that sort. I said I don't think it happens that often for it to even be a thing. But it was like the trans girl up in Minnesota like led her softball team to the state championship, and she hit like a grand slam and pitched a shutout complete game in the championship game. This is crazy, bro. Like all that anger y'all had towards her, the trans woman and trans woman period in women's sports, y'all need to have that smoke for this. Because this is crazy. This is a 30-year-old playing college basketball, averaging 30 points and 15 rebounds, bro. Like, that's what y'all need to be mad at. I know Trump ended the foreign international student program, but these dang schools are down this bad. This guy should go play in Europe or those lower. He needs to be playing in the DeMarcus Cousins league. What league is DeMarcus Cousins playing where he was fighting the fans? He was trying to fight 10,000 fans. They pouring soda and popcorn on him like it's Malice in the Palace. He trying to fight him, trying to climb in the stands. Boogie, you can't fight 10,000 people. You're one person at the end of the day. But whatever league that is, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, that's a league brother need to be in, bro. You don't need to be playing no college basketball game. Now, I guess it's a feel-good, quote-unquote, story that you, as a 27-year-old successful tattoo artist, went back to school and got your degree to make a better future for your family and yourself and things of that sort, because you dropped out of high school because you had a kid in high school and things of that sort. That's the feel-good part of it. The non-feel-good part is you averaging 21 and 16 against a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds. That's insane. Nothing about that is feel-good. It's just funny. I'm all for people going back to school for their education, but this is where I cross the line. Puerto Rico lead, thank you. A grown man playing against college athletes, right? He's taking a spot from a young kid, 100%. 100%. So I agree with y'all. I think it's crazy, dog. But like this on Facebook, it's got like mad love. It's like it's no laughing. It's just all he's not going to UNO, but instead he committed to Xavier. It's still a great story. Oh, he's going to Xavier instead. Is there only one person that laughed on Facebook, bro? Everybody else liked and loved it. They thought it was a feel-good story. Crazy. Facebook is, it feels like it's not a real place, but it's based off of real people. So, hey, what can you say? All right. That was a little detour that I wanted to take because I saw it and I was like, that's crazy. Should I get into this? Let's go Woochie Wobbler. No. We'll go with this. We'll go hot and then we'll cool off with the Woochie Wobbler feature. Okay. DDG. Once again, in the midst of this beef with Lil Rodney, son, he's opened up about his music again because, you know, he's very insecure about his music. I know some people are like, yeah, I'm tired of this man. But everything he says goes viral. He says that he paved the way for content creators to make music and no one will ever touch his level musically. And then Jay Versace just responded, LOL. He's got 82,000 likes, 4.5 million views. Me personally, when I saw Jay Versace respond, I said, oh, snap. I didn't even think about Jay Versace because Jay Versace is a producer. He's not a rapper. He's not a singer. He's a behind the scenes guy. So like it surprised me. And then people continue to pile on to like the content creator to music line with Joji / Filthy Frank, dancing in the dark. Joji's really good. I like Joji, bro. I haven't heard the song from him in like 5 years, but like the songs that I did hear, Dancing in the Dark is a great song. The Storm, I'm not sure the Storm's music. KSI, not good. Epic Rap Battles, parody YouTube music. Ray William Johnson, never heard his music. I remember him from YouTube though. T-Pain. Does T-Pain count? Skrillex. See, now here's where it gets interesting. The T-Pain, Skrillex, Justin Bieber, Soulja Boy, those guys, and Chloe and Halle, like those people, it's interesting to me because yeah, they're YouTubers, but their YouTube content was based off of them doing music. So does that really count as a content creator? DDG was just a basic YouTuber, a vlogger, reactor, prank guy, and stuff like that who crossed over into doing music. That'll be more so of the Joji. Out of all of these names, Joji's, I think, is the only one who like makes, I think, respectfully mainstream music is Joji. I think DDG has better music than KSI, and KSI has bigger songs, like the thrill of it or the moment of the thrill of it. But that's only because KSI is like a top 5 biggest in the world musician, YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? So like he's a part of a $1 billion brand, the Prime and stuff like that. So it doesn't count to me. Now the Childish Gambino one is something that I've seen a couple people say. And I think that's very interesting because Childish Gambino, when he was on YouTube as a skit comedian with Derek Comedy in the early days of YouTube, 2005, 2006, 2007, my introduction to Childish Gambino as a sixth grader and everything like that. He was still making music, but he was just known for doing the skits and the comedy. So I don't know if that necessarily counts because once again, it was kind of like DDG, his first song was like after he made it as a content creator. I think that's different. Me personally, like I see what he's trying to say is kind of like I say, KSI, Joji, and I think out of all these guys, like Joji's the best. Not even gonna lie to you. Joji's the best. out of like actual YouTubers turned musicians. And then producers, Jay Versace's got it. Like Jay Versace got some of the best beats in hip hop in the past 5 years in the 2020s. So producers wise, Jay Versace got it. In terms of artists, I got Joji, just because he makes the best music. Now, best rappers, DDG might have that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog. Of people who are making just regular content, non-music content, and made it like that, making regular everyday content, and then crossing over into music for rappers, DDG's got that, dog. Unless you count Childish Gambino. But like I said, Childish Gambino was making music at the same time he was doing the whole comedian skit thing. So I don't know if that necessarily counts because it was always like a side project for him. DDG started music after he got famous from YouTube, which is something kind of like, once again, Joji did. That's why I'm... So I think it's all kind of weird. And I'm not counting these guys because these guys, their YouTube content. It's like Doechii, right? Like Doechii was a YouTuber and stuff like that, but she's not a content creator turned musician. She was a musician chronicling her, pursuits of being a musical artist. I don't think that's the same thing. Me personally, Chloe and Halle, same thing. Doing YouTube covers and then making it big as actual musicians and stuff like that. Someone said Daryl got to stop being so sensitive over his music. Like, dang, bro, you literally gave everyone a game plan on how to get to you. Everyone is not gonna like your music. I say this with all respect and love. 100% agree with this. I think the thing that he's the most sensitive about is his music. He says he looks up to Drake and everything like that, and it shows every single time someone says like his music is not good. Every single time someone says his music is not good, he reacts like Drake. Is very emotional, and it gets kind of tiring after a while because it's just like, bro, like it just is what it is. And people's opinion on your music, like post people saying doo-doo garbage, post people, name 5 DDG songs, you still have pink dreads, and the whole internet danced to that for a year. Like, you still won. At the end of the day, I think that shows you, if anything shows you, when people hate you and they do a smear campaign on your music and everything like that, regardless, good music the cream gonna always rise to the top, bro. And if you make good music and you make a song and you make a hit is a hit, regardless if you like the person or not. Like, going back to Childish Gambino once again. It's a Childish Gambino episode, I guess. People, the main rhetoric on him now, I would love to talk to him at some point, like an interview or anything like that. Shooting My Shot fam, Royalty, if y'all watching this, Steve, if y'all watching this. I want D money, bro. I'll fly out to the farm, Gilga Farms, everything like that. I'll walk among the chickens to do this interview. I'll come to y'all. But I want to talk to Donald Glover, bro. I've been trying to talk to Donald Glover since 2014, 2015. Y'all been swerving me for over 10 years now. I want my Donald Glover interview, bro. Like, that is my bucket list. Anyways, with Donald, the rhetoric around him, a lot of people hate him because of just like the things he says, particularly like in the background, like when he first started off. And when he first popped off in music around 2010, 2011, a large part of his thing was like, I was this nerd, nobody liked me. Now I'm rich and famous from acting and comedy. And now everybody loves me and I get so many girls now. And I'm trying to make up for all the girls that I didn't get when nobody liked me. I was never black enough. And I like Asian girls. I really like Asian girls. I'm sorry, black woman, that I talk about Asian girls all the time. But I just feel like black women don't really show me the same love and affection that Asian girls do. And Asian girls have always been open to me being weird and nerdy and stuff like that. So a lot of people just hate him because of that background, which I guess is a valid reason to hate someone. But he made so much good stuff. Atlanta, Redbone, Awaken My Love, Because of the Internet. Bando Stone and meet the Smiths, Mr. and Mr. Smith, and the Swarm, and all these like projects that he's made that's just really good, and he keeps putting it out, and people just keep loving it. They're like, man, I hate Childish Gambino so much, and I hate Donald Glover as a person, but he made Atlanta, and I love it. And Redbone's a good song. Like, they have to respect it at the end of the day. So I say all that to say, DDG, you can be the most hated person in the world, and you could be the most like the butt of the joke. If you make a hit song, everybody's gonna dance to "When I'm Out of Town, I Be Tripping, I Be On One." They're just gonna do it because through all of the hate and through all people not liking you, a hit song cuts through it all, bro. Like it, Nokia, like right, like the whole world made fun of Drake and danced over Drake's demise, and he came out with Nokia, and people still dance to it because it's a good song. It's a hit. Hits cut through all the scrutiny. So just focus on making hits, bro. It just is what it is, dog. It is what it is. Just accept it. All right, last thing, man. Last thing. W stream. It's 4:43 in the morning, and we still got 3 people in here. That's crazy, gang. I had like 3, 4, 5 people in here last night, and I finished at like 5 a.m. I was like, this is crazy. Like SSB said a couple streams ago, I was like, we're growing. It's crazy. I'm like, would you Wobbler said, read for me, please. This is a vulnerable little interview. And so this is a feature by Zamborghini. Me and Wuchi Wobbler talk about what makes someone established, building confidence in our escape from Canada. And a lot of people were like just complimenting this story, this feature. So I wanted to read it myself. Whatever it takes. Get invulnerable with Wuchi Wobbler. This is by Alexander Gallarado. Shout out to Alexander Gallarado. In the modern internet era, young adults everywhere are willing to go any lengths to become a household name. Today, we managed to sit down a vulnerable interview with Raven, also known as Wuchi Wobbler. I didn't know that was their name. That's weird. Wuchi Wobbler, or Wuchi Mane, Wuchi Tinky, or the Wooch, for a few minutes to get a better idea on her journey of becoming the queen of Plug-in B. Cult radio. First things first. What's people's initial reaction when you tell them you're from Canada? You're Canadian. I think people are usually shocked. They assume that I'm from America. Do you feel like Canada has enough representation in the underground scene? In the underground scene, no. In the mainstream, it's only a few artists. There are very few artists in the underground that are known. And in my opinion, it's because in America, a lot of underground artists are actually from here. I don't think Canadians hear much about them because I feel like they aren't tapped into many underground artists in America to form inspiration from. So did you start your music career initially in Canada or when you came here? I began in Canada, but I was more so playing around and learning how to make songs. I was never introduced to it. I didn't even record on the mic until I was like 19. I think 3 years later, I was in America making and taking it more seriously. So I can say I started here. What is it about America? What is it about America that inspired you to move here? It was more circumstance than a choice. I moved here because technically I was fleeing Canada after my mom found out that I was doing OF. Oh, wow. She found out when I was on a trip visiting my friend here. With her being Somali and Muslim, the majority of my family being Muslim, it just wasn't going to fly. Wow, that's crazy. So you moved out of circumstance. Do you feel like you opted into OF out of the same feeling? She said, no, it's a spontaneous decision. One day I just chose to do it, and I guess my life unfolded the way it did. Does it ever make you feel nervous knowing hundreds of thousands of people are watching and following you? No, strangers don't make me nervous. I feel more nervous about the people who know me personally. Having strangers look at me doesn't make me nervous. What does it feel like? What do you feel like it's a false stigma that people have about OF models? That people do it out of survival. When it comes to OF specifically, I feel like a lot of people think that women are only doing it because they're on their last dollar, and not because they have an actual want and desire to do it. Excuse me. I think it has pros and cons, but I do enjoy the fact that I can make money from putting my phone up and just being me. It does seem easy. You definitely can't beat that. I think it's a cool way to make money, and I haven't had a job in 5 years. There are times where I do feel burnt out and I want a job, but I enjoy the agency freedom. I don't have to worry about reporting to anyone else or setting a schedule. Does music feel like a job to you? No, not really. I enjoy getting to express myself creatively. I feel like that I don't get to express myself in a way that's more vulnerable and honest and just fun to do whatever you want to do and not follow a set structure or typical music setup. What has been the biggest eye opener to you since you started making music? I guess I didn't. That people could be signed and you didn't know. 100%. I thought that everything that was kind of organic in that pay to play. 100. Oh, she's spitting. Oh, she's spitting. I'm gonna be for real. I don't listen to this person, so no opinion. Yeah. Is it oh yeah. You talking about Wuchi. Wuchi, she's underground, bro. She's underground. But she's got a song. I'm gonna play a snippet of it of my favorite song from her. I like it, but it's an entire acquired taste. If you're not into like plug and B underground scene and stuff like that, like it won't be for you. But if you are open to that type of sound, it might just be for you. This is my favorite song from her. It's called No Fear. Hold on. Yeah. I'm about to skip so I could get to the 5 seconds. All right. Hopefully these 5 seconds give away the essence of the song. Heart first. In a third. I like it. I like the song. I like the song, bro. She's hard, bro. She's hard. In that world, it's like a underground like sound and stuff like that, like the opium and everything, plug and B. Anyways, pay to play. I feel like it can be discouraging seeing someone take off and they have a whole machine behind them. She said, I think it's easy to compare yourself to other people on social media, but you don't know what that person has access to. They may have a cousin or a family member in the industry. Oh, she's speaking. And the whole time you're sitting here questioning yourself and wondering if you're working hard enough. When it came to your first project, It's My Future Bright, was that your first time having the organized vulnerability? The only song I felt like I was being vulnerable on was No Fear. It's just the best song. It's crazy. I was just talking about that song. Woochie. All right. I was inspired by Dev Stacks to even make the song in the first place. He was talking about God, and that inspired me to take a step into leaning towards my vulnerability. Was it surprising seeing No Fear get the reaction it did from people? Yeah, I think anytime a song does well, it surprises me. I never put out songs that I initially feel like I'm trying too hard to evoke a feeling from. So for people to come up to me in person and tell me that it's a great song, it has become one of my must perform songs. Where did this song name even come from? I think of all the songs from time when I was just figuring out music and learning how to build my confidence as an artist. I still had questions about whether I'm doing the right thing in pursuing music. And I was still in a place where I didn't know how to even be me, or if I even could become big from making music. I chose to take the time to face and address my insecurities, and through continuing to make music, I began learning to build my confidence to continue despite my feeling insecure about my future. Which do you think was harder field to build confidence in, modeling or music? She said music. Being a girl, especially you have the assets. There are plenty of people around you willing to validate the way you look. So it's easier to feel confident in that area. But in music, it's a lot different because you're putting yourself out there in a way that not everyone does. Some people don't F with your music, and they're willing to crap on you if they deem you as an easy target. Once again, we go back to the beginning of the stream. Elle Duncan, Kirk Herbstreit. People are more willing to put you down or humble you if you're a woman. We were just talking about Elle Duncan, full circle. When you first came on the scene, it was way more people choosing to critique you than hear you. Do you feel like your first project started to sort out that narrative? It could have. I'm not sure. I think I got a good response, and it even got reviewed by Pitchfork, which made me feel like I do have a good project on my hands. I haven't experienced the same type of critiquing or getting the same type of hate that I was a few years ago. Maybe because it was more funny due to me being new and not as established. What do you feel like makes an artist established? I guess if you can look at a person's social media and be able to tell exactly what they do. I see your music, I see your videos. There's no confusion that you do music. Is there more importance in being signed? Does that mean someone's established? It depends. If you ask me, no. When I think established, I do think I don't think you have to be signed to be an artist. She's talking in this interview. I'm not gonna lie to you. It just has the feeling that someone gets when they look at you and can tell. How would you describe your sophomore tape, Thriller? It was more spontaneous. I chose to experiment with different types of beats. I wanted to be more fun. Thriller is a nice album. I'm not gonna lie. It's like she said, it's all over the place. It was more fun. And I was making music that was different from the songs I made prior, even down to the beat selection. I wanted to show that I have range and not that I was confined to just plug and be. It's pretty gutsy. A move named it after Michael Jackson's album. I was inspired by horror stuff at the time. I honestly don't know why Hank did that. Laughs. I guess it was kind of random. One thing that I like about Thriller was that at the beginning it emphasized that it wasn't intended to be demonic. And at the time I was really into horror, and it didn't. I felt like I didn't want people to get the same feeling. Laughs. Was there any specific movies that you were inspired by? Pearl was a big inspiration. I loved her acting, and I like the things that are pretty insane. This was the Thriller cover art. Was it a part of that she was willing to do anything to be a star? By the way, I want to take a break. This is published on Medium. So independently, he released this out independently. I think I seen someone, Andre G, say that Complex is stopping features, like they're not doing feature stories anymore. That's crazy. So Complex is just gonna be doing like the 5 best albums of the decade, the top 10 streamers of 2025. Like, that's crazy that Complex is going to be relegated to the list and hot takes because it brings in the most clicks and traditional features don't do. There's an art to this. I like reading about people's stuff in depth. Like, I enjoy it, but perhaps I'm biased, but yeah, I enjoy it. I think there's something special about it. And you get a feeling from like reading a good feature, a good long feature about an artist or a celebrity, a public figure that you don't get from any other form of media. It's something special about it. Yeah, I like the idea of the physical star. Like I said, maybe I'm old school. It's like the Brittany Griner thing. If you're the Atlanta Dream or your basketball team down by 1 point, you have 2 bigs. Go for the win at the rim with the bigs. Why are you shooting threes? If you're down by 1, you're not down by 2. You're not down by 3. You're down by 1. You got 2 bigs who are 2 of the better bigs in the league. Draw up something to go to the rim. It's 3 seconds left. Back screen, run to the rim, alley-oop. Or even just get the ball to them, have them work 2 dribbles, 2, 3, 2, turn around, move, 1, put up the shot. You give yourself a better chance. It's a high percentage shot. Like, this is analytics, new world basketball. That. I'm old school, bro. Just go for the 2, bro. Go for the easy 2. You got the bigs there. Just do it. Like, I don't understand that. So same thing with this. Feature stories, they're something that magazine features and interviews and print Q&As. It's a feeling and information that you can't get from just, the regular stuff. So I like it, dog. Keep it. Like, they're relevant. Keep them existing in their space because there's a reason why they were created in the first place. Was part of it was that she was willing to do anything to be a star. She said, yeah, I like the idea of a physical star, the shape, and the idea of a person wanting to be a star, the symbol. The whole concept of leaving your whole life and your family behind in pursuit of something that you desperately want kind of resonated with me. Do you feel like you're being opted to stay in Canada if you chose to pursue music instead of modeling? Yeah, I think so. I don't think I would have had the guts to move to America by myself. And if I started with music, I would have probably been okay with staying in Ottawa or moving to Montreal or Toronto. I think anyone who really wants to be anything in music has to come to America. Oh, wow. There's more opportunity here than in Canada. It would have been harder for me to get myself up for success staying there. Do you consider yourself to be a face of Plug and B? I see myself as a face, but not the face. I'll never stop making Plug and B. The melodies and a lot of the beats sound dreamy and girly. And in my opinion, it just sounds pretty to me. What feeling do you have when you perform live? I feel very happy and confident, more confident than I ever feel on a day-to-day basis. Whether the crowd doesn't know me or they're there for me, I just feel happy to be on stage. 100%, bro. She's a great performer, dog. She's a great performer. And it was like the second after when it was time to do that, she was so nervous. And she was like, oh, I guess. And I was like, I had to like reassure her during her interview. This is a great video. You should watch the interview. I'm going to link it at the end of this video. Self-promo. You've expressed before that you're intending to do your first album, Nosedive, that you wanted to be a more serious project. What do you want listeners to expect or to hear or to feel? I feel like I'm almost talking throughout the album, and it's not for it to be something just to turn on and vibe to. I want people to hear me and feel my vulnerability. And this is from our music video. What is something that the younger you wanted that the older you can provide? I guess I wanted to be seen for who I was and not for what people projected onto me or thought I was. I need to express myself more confidently, and I'm more sure of myself now that I'm an adult. I wanted to personally feel like I mattered in the world and to be seen the way I wanted to. What's something that you wish that you could say to your mom in terms of being vulnerable? Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy last question. I wish she would have spent more time on herself and dealt with things, oh, wow, that she had been through in her life instead of attempting to push through in her life. I wish that specifically because I feel like she would have been able to see me for who I am instead of seeing me as herself. If she would have seen the person that she wanted to be, she could have been able to accept me for who I was attempting to become. Dang, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Shout out to Wuchi, man. W Wuchi. W stream once again. It's been an hour and a half stream, everything like that. I got my Atlanta shirt on, speaking about Atlanta, and I don't know. We talked about a great range of topics. Big Nate, SSB showing up here, 5 a.m. in the morning. Big ups to y'all. I appreciate it. And to everybody else, man, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good day. And this is the road to 10K subs. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, I'll be back live tomorrow because I'm live each and every single day. You guys enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Until tomorrow, peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.